Hello everyone, welcome to Module 2's overview video. The purpose of this video is to give you the information that you need to complete your assignments this week. So this week we're going to be reading 3 chapters, just like we did last week. These are chapters 4, 5, and 6. There's another video in this module that is going to explain more from my own perspective about what's important in these chapters and what we're going to be talking about in our assignments this week. I'll discuss when I bring up those assignments. But for now, just know chapters 4, 5, and 6. Chapters 4 is Peopling the World, Human Dispersals to Australia, the Americas, and the Pacific. Chapter 5 is Digging In, Responding to Climate Change in the American Southwest. And chapter 6 is called Extinctions in the Past. This is about 70 pages total in reading. And again, these will be helpful for your assignments this week. So when you go and look at your assignments this week, the first assignments that you're going to see in the Start Here tab in your module for Module 2 is the part 3 to last week's discussions. This is the final part of your discussion assignments for discussions 1 and 2. So in each of these assignments this week is a video from me reflecting on the group discussion and the report given by the reporter for each group. And what I suggest is watch this video and then think about your reflections as well after watching this video and after going through the group discussions last week, and answer the couple of questions that are required to complete part 3. After you do part 3 of discussion 1 and 2, then you're going to move on to discussion 3 of this week. This is going to be 3 parts, just like you had in last week's discussion. You're going to have the individual submission, which is part 0. Then you're going to have part 1 of the group discussion. And then there is the group summary report by your leader in your group this week. That is part 2. All 3 of these parts will be submitted in this module. And this discussion is going to be pertaining mostly to information that we get in chapter 4 this week about who owns the past. We're going to be discussing stakeholder relationships on the past. And as you read this chapter and as you go through this discussion assignment, I want you to think about all of the relationships you have to your own cultural heritage and how you feel what your stake is in maintaining that heritage. Some of you may feel a close connection. Some of you may feel like there's a distant connection to that maintenance of your heritage. And then how do you rely on the people that do have a stake in maintaining that heritage? Are these people working trained professionals? Are these people business oriented? Are they scholarly oriented? Are they community oriented? Perhaps they are a mixture of all 3 of these. Are they elders of your community? Or are they yourself, perhaps as a cultural practitioner? I want you to think about how all of this relates to the ownership of the past, and specifically the materials of the past that we identify as a part of our cultural heritage and the history of a people. Okay. And then going on from the discussions this week, we're going to have workbook 3. This is on chronology and ceramics analysis. So here we're going to be looking at the site of Broken Cave Pueblo and be doing a replication, so to speak, of the archaeological analysis that occurred there to date relatively the different site locales and habitation sequences. So you'll be determining the chronology of the sites in relation to one another, and this is going to be based on the ceramic assemblages. Then moving forward from your workbook, after you read and fill out those few questions in that workbook, you're going to move on to quiz number 2. This is about extinctions and radiocarbon dating. So specifically talking more about chapter 6 materials. And it's going to be asking questions about dating methodologies like radiocarbon dating and about extinctions and how they're related to human beings in our past. After the quiz, after the workbook, and after the discussions that you will be doing this week, you're going to have one more assignment. This is poster step 1. This is where you get to choose your archaeological site for your poster. In this assignment, Step one here, you're going to have a recommended chart of cultures that you can choose from, and you can use this to guide your research of that culture and to help you along in answering the questions that are required for this assignment. Now, you don't have to necessarily choose one of the recommendations that are given on that chart. Please don't feel restricted. By all means, choose a culture with their own time period and site uh, from your own wish list, so to speak. That's actually encouraged. But again, you can use this chart as a guideline nonetheless, because you're going to have to decide your topic. And what your topic is essentially three different components of an archaeological site or context. You're going to need a place. Think of physical built environment with a natural environment and dynamic with it. And then you're going to have to think about a specific time period and a specific culture. So what we mean by that is we don't want your topic to be just that of Egypt or ancient Egypt. We need to think about a specific time or place that is pertaining to Egyptian culture to be your topic. And after you choose your topic, we are interested in knowing what draws you to this topic, and that's okay. If it's something that's of personal interest, let us know. And what do you expect to find about this topic, and what is it that you think might surprise you, or what is it that you're interested in learning more about? And that will come as we research more and draft the project poster itself. Okay, that's all I have for you this week. I will catch up with you here shortly in the Reading 2 overview video. Excuse me, Module 2's Reading Overview video and the discussion videos for discussions 1 and 2 from last week that are in this module. Let me know if you have any questions, and otherwise I'll see you next week or in my office hours this week over Zoom. Okay, I'll see you soon.